Hello everybody, I'm Miss Janelle. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be going through another question today that is related to fraction and whole numbers. So let's go into the question immediately. So this question will actually benefit students who are taking P6 and PSLE, because we all know that PSLE will be tested on P5 and P6 chapters. So for this question, let's take a look at it. So is the question say about Amy spent half of her money and another $5 on prawn. She then spent half of the remaining money and another $3 on chickens. Finally, she spent half of what was left and another $2 on vegetables. She was left with $1.50 in the end. How much money did she have at first? So if you actually look at the question, right, there's a lot of things that is given. Then some students will get frightened out. They will be frightened after they see so many like information given, and then that's fraction. So question first part of it, they tell me say that there's half of the money and then $5 on chicken. So on the prawn. So basically half of the amount plus $5 is on prawn. And then the next one is remaining money. So half of the remaining money and another $3 on chicken. And then the third one, they say that spend one half of the money again and another $2 of vegetable. So when you see questions like these, right, what do you think you will do first? What method is it? Because I realized that there's a lot of students that maybe they will be able to continue after I start the question for them. But the problem is they are not able to identify how to start the question. They do not know what kind of method to do. Maybe is this guess and check? Is this is it like work backwards? Or is it I have to do model? Do I do ratio? Or do I do it by fraction? So I see some of them taking like one whole minus away half, then they have another half left, and then they plus $5. So that is like a wrong start already for this kind of question. You see this kind of question quite often in the SA2 for P5 and also in PSLE as well. So without further ado, I will start the question. And then for this kind of question, right, as long as you see a few layers of things and each of the layer is the remaining of the previous layer, if you're not very good with visualizing or thinking of it, the whole thing inside your head, I would highly suggest to use model, because if you actually try to imagine the whole thing in your head, halfway through you get lost. And the question is normally 5 marks for this guy. You will not want to read it. So I will start with a long model so that later I will be able to cut them into how many pieces that they actually want. Also won't have any problem. So what I will start with is this half. They say half of the money and another $5 on prawn. So basically this one I will cut a little bit more into the other half and then label inside here as $5. So here, this whole thing from here all the way until the $5 here is for the prawn. Then after that, my yellow sentence is basically done. So I'm done with the yellow part. Here is the amount that I spent on prawn. Second part, they say half of the remaining. Okay, so my remaining is basically this little thing here that is left. So I'm going to dot it down because I have limited space, so I cannot dot too much. So I'm going to dot it down until here. And then this is my remaining. So the remaining, she's going to spend half of this remaining amount of money and another $3 on chicken. So basically what I will need to do is that I'm going to cut this into half again. And then the same thing here, I repeat and then I cut a $3 into the other half, because she spent half of the remaining and then another $3. So that $3 don't belong to the first half, because I think some students when they draw model they are not too sure where to do the cutting. So if you're going to cut from the in front part, then you are not going to use half plus $3. You're going to use the half amount, like the $3 still going to be included in the half amount. So we have to cut from the other half so that we know. So this part here is actually for chicken. So I'm going to label here as chicken, and then I'm going to highlight in orange so that maybe you can see better, because I think some students, they see better when there's like color coding and stuff. So whatever that is left next, right, I'm going to change color so that it's clearer. So we have this one. I'm going to cut this up again, because there's still a third layer that's in green color, right? She's going to spend half again. She's going to spend this one, half of it. And then another $2. So same thing, my $2 is going to be cut from the behind. So cut another $2 on vegetable. So here until here is for vegetable. So I'm going to highlight here, this whole thing here equals to vegetable. And then what else? She is left with $1.50. So do not forget this part because this is where it helped me to start my question. So basically this part here, they say that she will be left with $1.50. This is the left. Correct or not? So this kind of question, after I draw my model, is working backwards. So I am going to do this so that you all can see it clearer lah. So I'm going to start from the back. So you can be doing for here, for the last part here, we can actually see that my 1 unit for the last model, right, is actually equals to $1.50 plus $2. Correct or not? Because here, this whole thing here is actually half of my last model, correct? Which is actually equals to 1 unit. So 1 unit equals to 350, meaning that my 2 units here is actually equals to 350 times 2, which will give me 7. So means if I dot up here again, this part here is equals to 7. Am I correct? So in that case, here to here will be my 1 unit again. So this 1 unit here will be equals to the $3 that we cut from the half plus back the $7 that we just calculated. So this is equals to 10. Am I correct? So 2 units, which means like from here to here is like 1 unit and 2 units, right? So 2 units in total is equals to 10 times 2, which will give me $20. So means this thing here is $20 because this thing is dot out from there, correct or not? So means my top part here, which is here to here, is my 1 unit now. So 1 unit is actually equals to $20 plus $5, which will give me $25. So 2 units is equals to $25 times 2. This is the total amount of money she have at first. So in exam, if you're going to go, if you're going to write in this way, then your final answer you need to indicate to your teacher, say that your answer is equals to $50. And then what you need to do is that you need to show your teacher that you're working upwards. Maybe draw some arrow to show. But by right, you shouldn't be writing like this. I'm writing in such a way because I want to show you exactly where the step actually come from. So if you actually do understand, right, you can just do from you should be just doing it like as per what it is. So 1 unit equals to 350, then 2 units equals to 7. Then as you move to the next one is 1 unit equals to 7 plus 3, and then 2 units is equals to 10 times 2. You should be doing the normal way whereby you write down like this. Yeah, but I'm just showing you all that it is the numbers that I get is for each of the level. So I hope that it doesn't confuse you all. If there's any question, you all can leave me a comment, or you all can actually send me an email or contact me on WhatsApp. We actually have upcoming sessions for July all the way until September for the last lab for PSLE 2021 to help you actually boost out your results from AL3 to AL2 and also for AL2 to AL1. So we'll be going through this kind of heuristic questions and complicated questions that are even more complicated, that is even more complicated than this. But the thing is, like, it's the favorite kind of question that they test in the PSLE. So it's going to be intensive revision class. So suggest people who are getting currently AL4 or AL3 and above to actually join us. It will definitely help. So thank you for your time. Hope that this video helped you all. Please look out for our other videos that will also go through other kind of questions.